here for Tech Talk Live this morning. Gonna wait and see if we can get a few people in. And I'm gonna try to get this link shared out for us. Good morning, good morning. Come on in, come on in. Let's do some tech talking this morning. Here we go. Hope everybody's doing well, doing well. Just trying to get everything shared that we need to get shared and get the word out that we are live this morning. All right. Got that out there. I'm just kind of waiting for people to get in. Let's see here. There we go. Turn our sound all the way down so I can't hear it on my end. Well, good morning. I'm going to wait just a couple minutes since I just got that link shared out. See if there's a way I can get my... I love these stands, but they don't want to work very well. So if you have any questions about what's going on, you can ask them in the feed. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I've got a few things I'm going to talk to you about this morning. And see if anybody's got any questions. And if we don't really have any questions, then I'll probably end our session like I normally do. But I do want to do our techie tip of the day, or our techie tip of the month. Welcome to Tech Talk Technology. My name is Beth Gaff, and I am the Systems Administrator, Technology Trainer, and Robotics Instructor here at the Peabody Public Library. I want to welcome you to another awesome session of our Tech Talk Live. This is also, Tech Talk is actually a lab type of deal where we can sit down and we can talk about any kind of questions that we may have in regards to technology, our devices, programming software, anything like that that we want to know more about. So I am going to start doing, typically we do this one Saturday a month, and it's for about an hour. And it just depends on you guys. If you have a lot of questions for me, then obviously we're going to fulfill that whole hour. But if you don't really have a lot of questions, then I'll probably just do the techie tip and let you be for the day. So just going to wait a few more minutes here, a couple more seconds, and see if anybody wants to come on in and join us before I talk about our techie tip for our Saturday session today. And if they aren't on in the next 30 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and do that. While we are here, though, I want to share with you what I'm going to be talking about today. This is a news streamed class that I have, and it is called Protect Yourself from Online Scams. The library is a Grow with Google partner, so we do get a lot of their topics that we're able to teach here at the library. So that's very, very exciting. And this is actually a class that is from the Grow with Google. It is a class that I taught here this week, and then I made it into a stream class for you guys. So it's very, very beneficial. Let me get my notes out in regards to that, and we can talk about it a little bit. But like always, if you have questions about your own stuff, your own devices, things like that, you may just post it here in the comments, and I will get to it as soon as I can here. I've got my comment page up so I can see whether you're commenting or not. So it should be pretty interesting. Oh, I'm so sorry. So the online, so the Grow with Google topics that we're going to be doing throughout the year. We just got done doing Protect Yourself from Online Scams, and that's what I'm going to talk to you a little bit about today. But in August, we'll be doing a basic Google Drive class. In September, we're going to be doing a Collaborate, Meet, and Work Remotely class. In October, we'll be doing a Communicate with the Google Calendar and Gmail class. November is Resume and Practical Strategies. And in December is YouTube. So we've got a year's full of different things. And then on that Saturday, to follow our Google class, that will be our techie tip. That will be our techie tip for the month. So this month we did Protect Yourself from Online Scams. Now, we see online scams all the time. Things that we probably don't think are actually online scams. Let me pull up the PowerPoint. And I'm not going to go through the entire class. But I do want to hit a few highlights because there's things that we're doing regularly that we may not realize are actually kind of scams. I'm just trying to get my slides up. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to flip us. Okay, so this is the topic, Protect Yourself from Online Scams. This tells you about the agenda of the class itself. And it does show you how to set up a Google document so you're able to keep notes for yourself while you're watching the class. We would talk about what online scams are, being able to protect your information, 3 examples of scams, phishing, job, and romance. So those are the examples of scams: phishing, job, and romance. And then signs of scams. So we talk about your own story. It goes into how, I'm going to flash forward some of this, goes into how to create a Google document. That's not really vital. So the big question, what are online scams? What are they? Typically, this is what scammers want. They want money and personal information. So let's start by defining the word scam. A scam is a deliberate attempt to cheat someone out of money or personal information. That is what a scam is. Scams are nothing new. People have been finding ways to take advantage of others for quite some time. So this isn't anything new. But the rise of the internet and social media has now made it easier. Since you can communicate with just about anyone and online, People who want to commit scammers, can use the internet to quickly and easily find and contact anyone with an online presence. So they're just in plain sight, quite honestly. Scammers can work anonymously by building websites, email addresses, or fake social media profiles, which can make it difficult or impossible to track them down. So the goal of the class really isn't to make you feel distrustful of people, but it's more just to enlighten you and explain to you the importance of understanding what online scammers are and what they can do. It's still important to know how to spot potential scams so you can keep yourself and your personal information safe. So now that we know what a scam is, let's talk a little bit about what scammers want from people that they contact on the internet. Scammers are generally looking for two things. They are looking for money, and they are looking for personal information. The money scammers are looking for what they're looking for can come in various forms, like including your bank payments, wire transfers, credit or debit payments, even gift cards. And then they may try to get personal information that helps them access those accounts. So usernames, passwords, social security numbers, bank information, things along those lines. So keeping your information safe, we've probably seen these a time or two. These are just security questions to some of your personal accounts and things like that, and these differ, so it may not be exactly like these. But these are types of personal information that may seem less confidential than passwords, but they're still important to keep private for the sake of your online security. So if you log into your online bank account for extra security, you might be asked questions like, what's your mother's maiden name? What's your first pet's name? These security questions are designed to be easy for you to remember and hard for someone else to guess. Be wary of anyone online who tries to get that type of information from you. So if they're trying to get that kind of information from you, there's probably a problem. If you use social media, you've likely come across those quizzes that you can take and that you can repost to figure out your personality or anything along those lines. Or maybe you've been asked questions like, what would your name be if you were a character in a popular TV show or something along those lines. These seemingly harmless questions are often scams, and they're designed to get the answers to those hard-to-guess security questions, protecting your online accounts. So, as fun as they may be, if you're questioning a possibility of somebody being able to get access to your accounts and whatnots, you might want to avoid being in part of that. So we're going to look at a few different examples of scams that you might encounter online. So here's a scam example. This is a letter from a bank to a customer just saying, here, dear Joe, your Citibank account has been compromised. Secure your account immediately by providing us with your login ID, your password, social security number. For your inconvenience, click on the link below to submit this information. So since we're in let me flip us. Let's talk about that for a minute, okay? Let's talk about getting a letter from your bank online asking you to click on a link that wants information like your login, your ID, social security number, your address, your birth date. First off, your bank isn't going to contact you through email. They're just not. If your bank has something important they need from you or something that they want you to provide to them, more than likely they're either going to send a letter to you in the mail or they're personally going to call you, okay? They're not going to send you an email. And that's another thing to notice. In this email, we see no logos of the bank It's just a generic big city bank thing. There's no logos. It doesn't even have a person. It's just big city bank. Okay, now come on. How many banks are going to message you and ask for all this information and not give you a personal name for you to be able to reference it to, meaning somebody that works there, right? So, I don't know. Tell me what thoughts you have about that. Has anybody here that is watching this right now actually experienced receiving a letter like this, or even from the IRS? The IRS will never send you an email, okay, asking for your personal information to get your stimulus, to get anything that's going on. They're just not going to do that. That's not what they do, okay? They're going to either send you a letter. More than likely, the IRS would send you a letter. First off, when you get something like this that comes through your email, you're going to want to call your bank immediately, and you're going to want to find out what's going on. Why are you getting this email? What's the problem? What's the issue? And more than likely, they're going to tell you that they don't know what you're talking about. So you just want to be very, very wary of getting these kind of scams. That's exactly what they are, trying to get your personal information. You just want to be very wary about those. So I'm going to flip us back around. And we talked about what we notice. So that example of a scam is called phishing. Not to be confused with an actual fishing pole. However, it is a bait and sink you in. Reeling you in. Bait and sink. So phishing is spelled with a PH and not an F, just so you know. This is when a scammer impersonates a company or a person in order to trick someone into giving up their valuable personal information. Usually phishing takes place through emails, internet ads, or copies of websites that look similar to ones that you may have already. So for example, you could receive an email from your banker's store where you shop, or an online payment processor stating that there's a problem with your account and they need your information in order to fix it, okay? Again, they are not going to send this to you through email, social media, or anything like that. I know on my end, if there's fraudulent activity or something going on with my account, my bank calls me immediately and asks me about it. So you just want to be able to understand the phishing scams that are coming through your emails and internet ads and so forth. So since the email states that you need to act immediately, this creates a sense of urgency to get you to send your information quickly, okay? Urgency is a tool that scammers use a lot. They want you to respond right now. Other scams may use urgency to tell you that an offer is only available for a limited time, or someone is in need of immediate help. Excuse me. Urgency can also be made to use to make you feel excited or concerned, or that you act on emotion. The real purpose of urgency in a scam is to get you to finish a transaction or send information before you can stop to think it all the way through or to talk it out with someone else. If you think a situation is urgent, you are far more likely to send personal information or money than you would in an everyday situation. So this would be a definite warning sign. Excuse me, I need to get a drink. Okay. So urgency. Anytime you see a link or an attachment, scans can often contain links or forms to fill out. There may also be attachments to open. Links and attachments can be sent in emails, via social media messaging, or even texts. Links can be used to collect information about you, upload dangerous material to your device, or email your contacts. Likewise, scammers use forms to collect your information, which we already talked about. Some scams encourage people to open attachments, which can upload a virus or a harmful program to your computer. So you want to be cautious of that. If you're not sure whether something is a scam, do not click the link, fill out the form, or open any attachments from that source. This is another big warning sign. Here, links and attachments are warning signs. Requests for your personal information are warning signs. Legitimate businesses will never ask you for login information or personal details through email. They just won't. If a legitimate business needs you to log into your account, they will instruct you to open their website or app to sign in and send that information securely. They're not going to ask you just to do it on some random thing, okay? Scammers may also use threats or threatening tone to get money information. Threats can scare people into giving their personal information or payment before they realize they're being scammed. Threats can make people think they will lose something important like housing or access to their computers. People can also be threatened with humiliation. For example, scammers might send you an email claiming that they've hacked your device and have embarrassing footage of you. Sometimes they will include an old password in the email to prove that they are serious. Then they will demand that you send money in order to stop them from distributing the footage. If you receive communication like this, it's just best not to reply to it. Just leave it alone. Okay. How to respond to phishing. We talked about it. You want to ignore it. Do not respond. Don't click on any links or open any attachments, and you can report it. I'm not going to go through how you report it. You can watch that in the class on the link that I shared with you. This is our next scam. So $5,000 to $10,000 per day, work from home, choose your own schedule, make money as an undercover shopper, 15 hours a week, 80,000 plus in bonuses, no interview necessary, or shopper. Okay, so, I mean, come on. We know that this can't be real, right? So if you come across an ad like this, so after you read the posting, you decide to email the address listed. Let's just say that, okay? You hear back right away from Susan, the recruiter. She says you'll be able to start right away after you pay for a training session. Okay. This is what's called an employment scam, okay? And an employment scam often claim to offer you jobs that seem too good to be true. They may state that they require a few hours and pay very well. Often scammers will claim you'll be able to earn lots of money by doing something easy from home, like online shopping or playing video games. Or you may be responsible, you may respond to a job posting you found on a website, and find that the employer wants to hire you without an interview or background check. I mean, some of this stuff is just common sense, okay? The scam may start as soon as you apply for the job, with scammers asking for your personal information to process the application. Or it might start after the claim to have hired you. One side of an employment scam is if you're asked for paying anything up front, nobody is going to make you pay to work for them, okay? Now, the only exception I've ever seen to that is the post office, and they do charge a fee for the training material that they give you on there, but they also guarantee you a job in 90 days. So it's a little bit different of a process. But 95% of jobs are not going to be asking you to pay for anything to get started, okay? I'm just going to fast forward some of this. Typos, we saw plenty of those. The employment scams. So you can watch this class on the link that I shared with you, okay? And our last scam that I'm going to talk to you about is romance scams. We've heard about them. We've seen them. You can connect with a person on social media who seems like a great match. The relationship progresses quickly. As you have many common interests and experiences, you invite them out for a date several times, but they're never available to meet you in person. You get to know each other through chatting and text. After a week or two, the person writes you an urgent message. They're having medical emergency and need you to send them money right away to help pay for their medical bills. Medical is just one form of this type of scam. Other kinds would be, I'm trapped here, I can't leave. In order for me to get my citizenship, I need to get money for that. I have family members I have to take care of here. There's no jobs. We need money, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, medical is just one of many. So earlier in this tech talk that we're doing right now, I mentioned about people using emotions, how scammers use emotions against you. And this is a really good example of using emotions against you. Because, you know, you want to find love, you want to find the right person, you want to be with the right person, and they take advantage of that. So, again, your warning signs, too good to be true, probably is. If there's an urgency right now, don't talk to anybody. We need it within the next 2 minutes. It's a limited time access, urgent, 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 then it's probably not real. Or if they're requesting for a payment immediately. So to avoid romance scams, take your time. You're in no hurry. You were looking when you found them, right? So, I mean, you can wait a little bit longer. Definitely want to meet that person. You want to meet them. If it's going on a month and you haven't met them and they're making excuses to not meet you, that's a real red flag. Something's not right about that relationship. And they're asking you to send them money and they're not even willing to meet you at this point. Yeah, come on. And you need to listen to your friends and family. If they're telling you all of these signs, if it's too good to be true, it is. They're requiring things right now. It's not good. They want payments. Okay. I'm going to skip through some of this just because, and then there's the review of all that. Protect yourself. So we covered the 3 common scams. I gave you some of the signs of those scams, some similar tactics, and we learned how to use a little bit of Google Documents. Okay. So you guys just need to keep yourself safe. The scammers are out there. There's nothing we can do. I mean, we hear all the time about websites being hacked. Just a second here. Okay. So, yeah, so you guys just want to make sure you're protecting yourself. It's a rough world out there. And with this pandemic, those scammers are really, really out there even more now. People are very vulnerable. People are lonely. They can't go out and do the things that they've been wanting to do, things like that. So you just want to keep yourself protected. You want to make sure everything, you know, keep all of your passwords and information close to you. Don't fall for the tricks. Call those locations that are requesting this information from you. Make sure that they're legit. If it's a romance thing, if they're not willing to meet you, then you shouldn't be willing to send them money for anything. If their excuse for not meeting you is because they need money, then that is not a real relationship, okay? They should be willing to put in just as much money as you're willing to put in as well. So, all right, other than a few non-related comments that got blocked from YouTube on here, I really don't see any questions from anybody in regards to computers. So I'm going to give it just a few more minutes here and see if you've got any questions or if there's anything that you need specifically addressed. But if there isn't, our techie tip is done for today. So if you have any questions about that, you most definitely could reach out to me. This is my email. And I would be more than willing to answer any questions you may have. Things that are going on at the library right now. The library is hiring. So if you are reasonably located here in Northeast Indiana, then there's some really great job opportunities available here. So you could look into those. And you can find all of that on our website, which is right there. And you can get on there and see if there's anything that may sound good to you as far as job-wise. I have ended the virtual field trips for the time being and the virtual travels. I think I want to do these. Actually, the virtual field trips, I am going to keep doing. I'm sorry. It's the virtual travels that I am going to be ending. The numbers just weren't there. I think I'll visit this as a quarterly thing. So we'll do it 4 times a year instead of once a month. So be looking for that in the fall. So probably around October, September, I'll probably do another virtual travels. So if you have a place that we could go ahead and send me an email or a message and let me know that. And we can see if we can't travel there. Just got to erase that. Okay, we are gonna, so I'm a little late getting our virtual field trip up this month. I do apologize. I started working on that and then a bunch of things happened, and I'm not going to make excuses, but it's not up yet. But I assure you that I will be getting it up, and that is for Ellis Island. That will be up by the end of the month. So typically I just pick a day. Since it's virtual, it really doesn't matter. But usually by the end of the month, which I'm going to change the date on that right now in the calendar. Maybe. There we go. I'm going to change the date on that to be the end of the month. So we'll be doing that. If you're local to me, the library is on the move. We do Mobile Tech Lab, which is just like this, except in restaurants or public locations. So starting in September, we are going to be going back to McDonald's here locally. I noticed the other day that they're all in there now eating again, which I'm very happy to see. And since the August calendar is getting ready to come out, we will be going back to McDonald's in September. However, currently we go to Wendy's once a month. We go to our local coffee shop once a month. We go to the senior center here locally once a month. We go to the church, Grace Lutheran Church, once a month. Burger King once a month. And we do the in-person mobile lab here at the library, which is on Saturday that we do Tech Talk Live. And that is here at the library once a month as well. One-on-one appointments are always available. If you're local to me, then we could get together. We could also do these virtually. So virtual one-on-one appointments are available as well. And this doesn't cost you anything, where we could spend an hour sitting down talking about whatever you want to talk about technology-wise. And I would do the best that I can through video to assist you. I'm writing that down because that's good stuff. Okay. What else is coming up? We do have robotics back. It is on a sign-up basis. Although I just switched that over, I realized I didn't have a sign-up for today, but it is one Saturday a month, and that is today. Typically, it is the fourth Saturday, third or fourth Saturday is what we usually do, third or fourth Saturday here at the library. Once we get a systems technician that can be here as well, then we'll have an additional Saturday that we can offer a lot of this to you as well. So All right, so be looking for those Google program. Be looking for those Google programs, the virtual field trips. I'm a little late getting going, but it is going to be there by the end of the month. If you're local to me, the mobile labs. I do offer online classes that are free. We do this through email. I send you the materials, things along those lines. You can find all that information at our website. And currently I have about 10 to 12 students that I work with online, which half of them aren't even in this country. So that's pretty exciting. The Jawa Robotics Club. This is where we build robots. We fix broken robots, or at least we try to. If we can't fix them, then we keep their parts and see if we can build ourselves our own robots. But that is always the last Monday of the month. And that's from 3:30 to 4:30, 5 o'clock-ish. So, all right, let me see. Okay, I don't have any questions about Tech Talk related items. So I'm going to go ahead and let us go for today. If you end up with a question, email me, call me, whatever you'd like to do. But we can do one-on-one virtual sessions as well. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day and enjoy it out there. Bye.